about what some of the things you've been working on currently. A lot of the things that we sort of been discussing up to this point has been about getting to this, your journey this far.
I have a short film script. It's called Sacrifice. I wrote it about like 3 years ago, but I'm just trying to find people, to like cast and add. I'm the main character up in it. It's about a dude that loses his job. He just came home from prison, and his life take a turn for the worse. And he ended up losing it all. Trying to go back to being a man.
Okay, so that's something that you expect to be working on this year. Something you got coming on.
If not this year, hopefully next year for sure.
Okay, what about music? Anything people can expect to hear from you coming up this year?
Yeah, I just dropped a tape called Trapping and Tribulations. It's up on YouTube. Shout out to my boy Big Lucci Luwak from Chicago. Shout out to Young Swine from Chicago, man. Shout out to my boy P-Dub Go Crazy, Kid Griffey, and my artist, Division. He certified stepper for real.
The project, you say you just put it out. What month it came out last year? At the end of last year?
No, it came out this year.
Came out this year?
Yeah,
beginning of this year?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Talk to me about the creation of that project.
The creation of this project, I have a couple features up on there. Like almost every song was a feature. It was just something, I just wanted to put out and give to the people because, like I said, I'm getting ready to go into fatherhood. And like my life is transitioning over into like being a man and basically a full-time father, so I need to be hands-on with my little girl. So I just wanted to give the people something to let them know I'm still gonna be doing this, but might not just be as much, but I still got songs in the vault. But as far as like the music, like the songs go, is street stuff, stuff that talk about real life pain and trauma. I lost my brother to gun violence back in 2024. So, I always try to make sure, he live on in my music as well as my mom. So, yeah.
You feel like the creation of music, has it been like a therapeutic for you to sort of help with the experiences and some of the losses that you suffered?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, I could talk to a beat and talk to the microphone. I feel like at times I can't talk to people. That mic has always been there for me, for real. So that's my therapy. That's how I'm able to cope.
That's what's up. No, I've talked to a few different people, and that's one of the things that they have discussed and talked about is, going through personal experiences and having personal losses and how that, drew them closer to their art and how they was able to sort of cope with those things and, find peace within those things, because of, the creation of art and because of how their, art has been, so instrumental in their lives. And I think that's one of the things that's important as artists and as people who consume art is, being able to have something that can, sort of put in perspective the thing that you're going through, or somebody that can, or something that can represent somebody else who has survived through the thing that you're going through, or somebody even speaking to you years before you go through a thing through their art, and then eventually you go through that thing and you can go to this form of art, whether it's music or a movie or book or whatever it is, and that, oh, okay, this person sort of went through this, I can get some answers about what this experience is like, and I think that is real important when artists can be able to create things like that.
Because I remember when my mom had passed, right? She had passed away May 4th of 2024, and so my aunt had called me on the phone. She was like, so-and-so called me and told me, I bet you he gonna make a song for her, just watch. Like, they was laughing. Like, I feel like it's nothing's funny about that. Like, I can't talk to y'all about, my pain and my trauma or anything that I'm going through. So, I go to the studio. I find a beat, I write, I let it all off there. Shout out to DJ Neil. He been one of my biggest supporters, for a couple years now. Shout out to, Joel Zavala. He was my producer at Rock and Roll Studios. You know, he produced a lot of songs for me, you know, that people, you know, still jam to this day, for real.
That's what's up, bro. Everybody I've been having on the platform, we've been having these conversations, just trying to build out, you know, the culture in the city and show how many people are participating in the culture in the city. I think a lot of times it is people who will want to listen to artists in the city, want to experience the perspective that people from their hometown are putting out into music, and they just don't know all the time ways to access it, ways to get a hold of it.
Shout out to all the artists, you know, that's coming up, because, you know, I feel like, you know, with them being the next generation, but like I still feel like it's more than it's more to the culture of our, you know, generation of music. I can't say I'm up in this generation of music because all they talk about is drill. I'll talk about, you know, real life stuff that didn't happen, stuff that I done been through. You know, like they all talking about killing and stuff. You know, it's okay, but like do something else, man, for real. But you know, I can't knock them. I mean, if it's gonna make you money, then do it. If it's not, then just put it up, man. Stop it, for real.
But yeah, man, I definitely want to get you back on, see what else you got going on throughout the year. Been trying to keep the conversation going with artists, so I appreciate your time, man. Anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I've been following this man too, man. May 30th, Alliance, you know, he didn't put on a lot for the city.
Love, bro.
You know, I don't know how many times, you know, he done been chained up, but, you know, he get back out. He still fight for the youth, fight for the people. He's just one of them guys that won't give up. Like, for real. Y'all need to get this man his flowers. I'm giving him his flowers. It's been a long time coming. I appreciate this man for having me. I might have probably stumbled over some words. You know, I ain't did an interview in a minute, man. But shout out to my boy P-Dub Go Crazy. He all the way up in Phoenix, Arizona now. Shout out to the whole Chicago, man. All the artists that rock with me out there. Big Lucci Lou Up, Young Swan, my manager Fabian James Sr. That's DDS, man. Checking out, man. Lee Ratchet the plug, man. Shout out to my baby girl that's gonna be due any day, and shout out to her mama too for having her.
Niggas gon' sell they soul for them Andrew Jacksons. Translate the culture for them crackers, that's a sick transaction. From when they with you with them white folks, they gon' kick your back. And when the captain asks what happened, they give reenactments.
I call the shots and they spin your block, put 30 on your forehead, and I do the shit so smooth, ain't gotta use no hands. One phone call to put you in the wall of 6 feet with your whole ass. Get gassed up if I see you in the rock, you won't get no.